Not to mention all of our special teams game. So you're talking about a young team that's just trying to find its way to a certain degree. And the best part about it is these guys, are quality people that will be here for a long time and will also continue to grow and develop and get better.
That's paramount. Just having that depth and active is plus for you.
Well, it's never thought to be a plus for you because you would hope that you'd have these guys backing up who've been in your program for a while. But it is what it is, and they're starting to play pretty good. So yeah, it's right now I think it's quality depth. I think it's got more to do with the quality right now than the experience of it all. But now we do have our issues sometimes with some of the youth that we have within our outfit.
Well, speaking of the youth in the secondary, they had 2 interceptions. What do you think that'll do for their confidence?
You know what? I didn't even see what's called me on here. Let's see, because he's the nickel corner. That's
Carlos Merritt.
Carlos Merritt, yeah.
He's behind Marquise Jones on the depth chart.
Yeah, on the depth chart. Yeah, he's a 1. Yeah, that's another guy. Buddy Pough behind him is a 1. Merrill Cooper's a 2. Chestnut's an older guy, but he's just okay. Yeah, I think our secondary is playing very well to be, as young as they are. We make some mistakes. So there'll be a time when we have our back turned on the guy when we ought to be faced him or something of that nature. The bottom line is I think they'll improve as they get older and better, as older and more experienced.
You handled this team pretty good in the last 14, 15 years. Is that going to be a plus for you going in?
A&T? Yeah. No. I hadn't held Rod Broadway hard at all. To be perfectly honest with you, the year that we beat them down here, it was a struggle. They led us most of the game. And then the year after that, then they beat us up there. Then this past year, we beat them in Atlanta. But now if you look at the film, I look at that film a lot and don't figure out how we won the game.
Last year.
Yes.
Defense.
And then this year we go back and play them again. So it's actually their year this year. We got to figure out how to break the cycle. But we've won on alternating years since he's been there. And, if that is the case, then it is his turn right now. We need to figure a way to break the cycle.
Well, Coach, going back to offensively and trying to score in red zone, it goes back to that revisiting why the guys can't go on the center. I mean, are you going to try to put them more in the center?
You know what? We went on the center Saturday. We had 2 instances where we went on the center, and in both instances we got a first down. And we are working to go under the center even more, that seems to be the old question now that all of the shotgun people of all of the old purists, football purists, are asking, as far as the football is concerned. And, it kind of, I think it kind of generates from the Clemson deal with that deal they had at Florida State where they had some instances of some bad snaps and some critical situations when they really probably could have been under. But I've wanted to be under. We actually had some underneath kind of stuff designed in our attack, and we've been underneath 2 or 3 times when we didn't go just short yards goal line. And we are considering, we are working now to possibly go under. Both our quarterbacks can take the snap from underneath, so that's not an issue. So we just got to figure out what we want to do once we go under there.
Is Glover going to be available for this Saturday?
I think he is. We're going to try to see if we can get him going. We've been kind of tender with him, trying to, really careful with him to make sure that he was fully healthy by the time we brought him back. And he's still not 100%, but he's getting close. At this point, we're going to force him to go ahead and get going a little bit because at this point, there's not a whole lot left to lose.
You talk about about A&T's offense in reference to what they can do. Do you have the quality people on the other side of the ball?
Defense, I don't know. I hope we do, but now let me tell you, it's going to be a struggle. Their entire offensive plan is very similar to our plan. They want to stretch outside, make it defend the field, have a good screen game. Got a little power in their game. There are differences, but there are similarities. And, they can, anytime you try to, heavy up one place to stop something, make you pay somewhere else, which is, what makes offensive football, what it is today, and what makes defensive football as tough as it is. They make you defend the whole field. With that being the case, that's, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard for us to stop them. Ricky Bustle, the offensive coordinator, is an experienced guy. who's got all of the bells and whistles around it to, to put in all of the different kind of things he needs to do. We're going to have to score to win the football game, but we think we can just stop this football team as we've done from time to time.
Is that Ricky
You're going to have a hard time.
from Virginia Tech?
Yeah, Ricky used to be, and Ricky, who from Somerville and went to Clemson and all that. That same Ricky Bustle. He's the offensive coordinator. Been the offensive coordinator for last year, 2 years.
You reached a milestone that kind of went kind of quietly. Did you do anything special to celebrate it?
No. Yeah, we celebrated with a win. That's the most important part of the whole deal. And if it hadn't been for Thomas, nobody might have even known about it because of the fact that he was on it. He's a numbers guy.
He's counting down.
He keeps that stuff going. The big thing that I do want to say though is that we appreciate all of the notes and cards and texts and all that kind of stuff. Of congratulations. And I try to express the fact that it wasn't just me. We got guys up there who've been here the entire years. Hamp, you've been here. Kennedy, you've been around here most of the time. You guys all have a part, in our success, and we appreciate all you guys. And, from the coaches to the players, and we've had some administrations, that was extremely supportive. The administration we got now, really are doing all they can to help us, and in some pretty tough times. Then we've got to really take our hat off to those guys for doing all they can to keep us going as best we can. So it ain't just me, it's all the people around us and all the people involved with our program, all the people in this office building, everybody from the secretaries and, to the secretaries that we lost. So we lost a lot of people, but at the same time, we got a lot of people here still working and doing their very best. And at the same time, I do want to say thank you because, we have been very, very fortunate.